Okay. So anybody have any question? Just raise your hand. Okay. So today our main topic is importance of the Guru in our life. And our story one is Eklavya devotion to his Guru. Okay. So in ancient times, Eklavya was a tribal boy. Okay. Who aspired to master archery. You know, in previous time, they are very much clever to do the archery. Even the Rama, who is using archery, right? So on the Mahabharata time, they are using that skill widely. Okay. So Eklavya is also very much fond of archery. So he who aspired to master archery, he had heard about Guru Dronacharya. What's the name of Guru?
Dronacharya.
Dronacharya. And wanted to his disciple. So he wanted to be his Sishya. Okay. So this boy, his name is Eklavya, and he choose Guru Dronacharya as his Guru. Okay. But however, Guru Dronacharya refused to teach him because he was not Kshatriya. Kshatriya means the warrior class, okay, who go and fight to the battle, okay. So that type of people, so he is not belonging to that type of people who are coming into the warrior class. So warrior class in India, in our Hindu, they say Kshatriya. Okay. So Guru Dronacharya refused to teach him because he was only teaching to Kshatriya kids. Okay. And this boy is the tribal boy. He wants to learn archery, but Guru Dronacharya say, no, so sorry, I can't teach you because you are not from the warrior class. Okay. So despite this, Eklavya did not give up. He is very brave. He wants to learn archery. So he didn't give up. Okay. And what happened? Then he just feel like what I can do. Then I can get this skill in myself. So Eklavya, what he did, he thought like, if we are praying to Rama's ideal, we will get that all type of good virtues from Rama. If we praise Saraswati ideal, definitely we get all that type of goodwill from the Saraswati. Then he said, why I can build one ideal of Guru Dronacharya. And this boy is a small boy. He created a clay ideal of Guru Dronacharya. Can you imagine? He made a small ideal of Guru Dronacharya and he started worship it. Okay. And when he's practicing about archery, only that Guru Dronacharya's ideal, it's inspired him. Okay. And slowly, through his dedication and worship of the ideal, he became an exceptional archer. He didn't want to learn from his guru physically because his guru didn't accept her. Okay. So he made an ideal, and then with that ideal, he started to worship and practicing archery, and through his dedication, and he worship ideal, and he became an exceptional archer. Okay. So one day, Guru Dronacharya and his Sishya Arjuna and Dronacharya is the very ideal form of Guru and Shishya combination. Okay. Always when we heard some stories in Mahabharata, then Guru Dronacharya and Arjun's story is very well known among everyone. Okay. So this Guru Dronacharya and his disciple Arjun show what he show, like Eklavya is mastering in his skill. Eklavya, and when Arjun and Dronacharya see Eklavya practicing archery, then what happened? They are really impressed. Like, how can this tribal boy, he's so good in the skills. They both are surprised to see him. Okay. So Guru Dronacharya asked, who is your guru? He went to the Eklavya and he surprised and he said, who is your guru? Then Eklavya replied, you are my guru. So he said very politely, like he replied, you are my guru and I have learned from your ideal. Okay. So Guru Dronacharya was shocked. Like he said, how come I didn't teach him anything? But still just praying and devotionally praying to my ideal, he become very, like he's very good in his skill now. So he was really surprised. Yeah, just a minute. Let me finish it. So he was replied like, I have learned from your ideal, you know. So then the story is still going on, but we are stopping on this point. And I want to explain you something like this story demonstrate what it demonstrate. It demonstrate devotion and dedication to a guru. Okay. So this little boy, Eklavya, he's so devotional and dedicated to his guru. And because of his dedication and devotion, it will lead him to gain the knowledge and skill what his guru have. Correct? So even guru didn't come physically, still he gained all the knowledge that the guru have. Is it very impressing?
Yeah.
Correct? Yeah. Any question about this?
Very impressive.
Yeah. So he just ideal, and from that ideal he gained all that wisdom, all that skills, all that knowledge from his guru. And and Guru Dronacharya came physically. He was amazed by his skill. Okay. So with only our and devotion and dedication, we can gain that knowledge what our guru have. Got it? Okay. Yeah. So any question about this story? Anybody have anything in mind? Okay, let's go to the next one then. Okay. So the second story we have about who know the Lord Rama's name? Most of you all, right? Lord Rama. This story is about Lord Rama. So Lord Rama, and this is the story about Lord Ram and also the Lord Rama's mother. Do you remember his mother name?
No.
Nobody remember. Okay, I will explain then. Lord Rama and also the Kaushalyama. Okay, is the
I
Ram
knew
mother.
that.
Yeah. So Kaushalya is Ram mother. Okay.
Yes.
So Lord Rama and Mother Kaushalya. This is the story about them. Okay. So why I pick up this story, you know?
Why?
Yeah. Okay. The answer of this story is because in our life, in human life or any animal, anyone in this world, any species, our first guru is our mother. Okay. Who is our first guru?
Mother.
Our mother. Mother always teaches the very much all skills that we needed to survive in this earth. Okay. So mother is our first teacher, first guru. So this story is about mother and child, and who is the best mother and child combo is the Lord Rama and Mother Kaushalya. Okay. Okay, let's listen that story. So Mother Kaushalya, um, okay, Mother Kaushalya is like a very, very divine mother. Okay. So she always wants like the instill the values in Ram. Okay, during his childhood. But also she is guiding him at like very important thing is in life. Okay. So Mother Kaushalya is always there to build up Ram's childhood, and he's always guiding him with his life, every step of his life. Okay. So when Lord Ram was about to go into exile, we know, right? He went to the forest, right? Okay. So when Lord Ram was was about to go into exile, Mother Kaushalya advised him. Only 2 words, what she advised him? Be patient and composed. Okay? This
What does compose mean?
Yeah, I will give you the correct meaning. Okay, wait. Okay, it's like you have to be a calm. Okay, compose mean like your feelings and your expression should be always under control. Okay, that means is compose. Compose means like wherever like somebody will ask to somebody trying to make you more angry or fearful, or somebody asks you, like somebody treat you not rightly, then what happen? Your feelings should be not under your control. You should be not under the calm states. So this is the mother Kaushalya told to Ram. What she told? Always be patient,
Patient and be
composed.
composed.
Composed means stay under your emotions. Okay? Okay? Stay under control your emotions. So this one advice only she gave to Ram. That's always be patient and composed. Okay? So Mother Kaushalya told Ram, during your exile, you will face many challenges. Okay? But never abandon the path of truth and rightness. What she say? She said, whatever happen in your life, where any challenges is coming in your life, but don't leave the truth and righteous path. Okay, that's her mother told her. And Ram held his mother's word very close to his heart and followed them throughout his life. Okay, so every mother have some specific things for their children. Like like both you have two or three children or one or two. So mother always treat every children differently. Why? Because she knows like what I need to implement this values in this child and this value in this child. Okay, so here the Ram's mother Kaushalya, she wants to Rams to be always patient, composed, and he can always lead to the truth and righteous path. So this story teaches us what it teaches us. It teaches us like that mother is our first guru. Okay, and her teaching and values guide us throughout our life. Okay, so if your mother is saying specific things to you every day, like you do this, then this is really important for your life. Okay, because she knows you better than anyone else in this world. Got it? Okay, so listen to your mom, everyone, and whatever she asks you, or if you notice every day, she will definitely giving you one advice most of the time. You notice your mother, you never notice your mother, but try to from today onwards, you can try you will notice your mother, what she's every day expecting from you. One or two words she will tell you. Be calm, or always stay in a good mood, or every mother has some specific sentence for their children. Okay, so you write down that things, because this is specific for you. Okay, got it? Nobody else than your mother will give this advice to you. So your mother is your first guru. And always remember that mother's love and her teaching and her values that guides us throughout our lives. So we have to be very grateful that all the mothers, they are our first guru. Okay, got it? Okay, so now next story. Let's go for the next story. Okay, so our first story is giving us the advice that guru's our devotion and dedication to a guru can give us knowledge and skill. And the second story give us the idea about our mother is our first guru, and always respect her teaching and value her guidance. Okay, and that will always for you throughout your life. our second story. Okay, third story. Now we will go for the third story. So third story, that is about the one of the king and his guru. Okay, we will do 4-5 stories, small, so it will teach you all the values. Okay. Okay, so the third story is about one of the king. He is a very famous king of India in ancient time. Okay, and because of his guru, he become a like a head of the India. He become the main king of the India. Okay, whole Bharat, whole India in his under his kingdom. So that king name is Chandragupta Maurya. Okay, it's a Maurya dynasty, and if you just watch the video about Maurya dynasty, then you can find that Chandragupta is the very huge name. Okay, so his name is what? Chandragupta Maurya, and this Chandragupta Maurya, his guru's name is Chanakya. What is guru's name? Chanakya. First story we learn about who's Eklavya and
Ram.
no, the first story. What's the guru's name? Dronacharya.
Dronacharya.
Okay, remember this. Okay, so first is the Dronacharya and also the Eklavya story. Second story is the Rama and the Mother Kaushalya. And our third story is about whom? Chandragupta Maurya and Guru Chanakya. Okay. Okay, so this Guru Chanakya, he's a great guru. Okay, he educated Chandragupta Maurya and he made him a biggest empire on his era. Okay, he is the biggest empire. And Chanakya taught Chandragupta like so many things. It's not like archery or some that type of skill. This guru is like a bunch of whole. Chanakya taught Chandragupta like a politics, then military strategies, and then how to justice the people. So there are so many, like because how can he become very good king? Because like Chanakya taught Chandragupta like he taught how to fight, and together he taught him like a politics also. Okay, how to run your kingdom. Then military strategy. If you go to fight, what is your military strategy? Then if the weaker people come to you for justice, how you give justice? No, that type of the different skill Chanakya taught to Chandragupta Maurya. Okay, and Chandragupta had a immense devotion and respect for his guru. Okay, we remember like in our in the first when I explain you what is the importance of guru, in that what is the first thing we learn? That we must have devotion for our guru, right? And then we need to respect our guru. So Chandragupta had immense devotion and respect to his guru. So when Chandragupta had to win an important battle, what happened? Chanakya gave him a very unique advice, very crucial advice he is giving him, that nobody can give him. But Chanakya mind he's so clever. He's so clever. And that mind, that crucial advice always he's giving to Chandragupta Maurya, and he always become a Chandragupta. And Chandragupta is also like he always follow his guru's advice. He never doubt his advice. Okay. So he become a king of the kingdom, but he never ever disrespect his guru. Got it? So is it the very good thing, unique thing, right? About Chandragupta Maurya, like he become a king of whole Bharat, whole India, but he always follow his guru's advice, right? So because if some king are like a very big king, then they have everything. They have all the things in whole world. Whatever they want, they have everything. Why should they listen to others? Or why should he listen to his guru? But this Chandragupta Maurya is not like this. He always follow Chanakya's advice. Okay? And whenever he reached to some crucial moment, what happened? He always go to Chandragupta Maurya, go to Chanakya, and he always take Guru's advice. And because of his advice, he always get victory into the battle. Okay? So this story shows us what it's explain us, like with good guru guidance and disciples devotion, both have to together. If guru have a good guidance but disciples don't follow, then what happen? Do you think it will work? No, it will not work. Okay. So this Chanakya and Chandragupta, they have both have both skills. Like guru is always have a very good guidance, and disciple Chandragupta Maurya always follow that. Okay. So, and because of this, he always overcome the difficult time. Always overcome to the difficult time. Okay. So it's all good thing. This is the Guru Shishya Parampara. This is the Guru Shishya. This is the way Guru and Shishya build up. Okay. Okay. So now our fourth story. Fourth story about who heard about the Swami Vivekananda. Okay, Eva knows, Yashvi knows, right? So Swami Vivekananda is also who, and you know who is Swami Vivekananda's guru?
No.
You don't know, right? Okay, Ramakrishna Paramhans. Ramakrishna Paramhans is Swami Vivekananda's guru. Many people don't know even the Ramakrishna Paramhans name. Everyone know about Swami Vivekananda name. Okay, huh? But like nobody is like, who hasn't heard about Swami Vivekananda? Everyone know about Swami Vivekananda. So he received his highest spiritual teaching from his guru, Ramakrishna Paramhans. Okay. So Ramakrishna guided Vivekananda towards vision of God. He showed him like what is the God vision for this earth. Okay. And this is the way he got self-realization, that I am coming for this work for in this world. Okay. So Ramakrishna Paramhans guided Vivekananda to self-realization and the vision of God. And Vivekananda displayed immense devotion and respect for his guru. Okay. So following his guru's instruction, he spread Indian culture and spirituality across the world. He went to USA for Chicago conference, and over there he gave the lecture, and that lecture is the very well famous lecture. Everyone first time come to know what is India's spirituality due to Swami Vivekananda. Got it? Because of his devotional lecture, everyone come to know like what is India's spirituality. So that big part Swami Vivekananda play in Indian culture, Indian history. Okay. So this story is a very small story. So, but what is the main important thing? Like Guru can introduce us for self-realization, that what is our vision for our life? What we can do in our life? So Vivekananda didn't know what to do for the God or what to do for his life. Only Ramakrishna Paramhans introduced him like what is the vision and what is the work for you in this life. And because of he followed his guru's instruction, he spread Indian culture and spirituality across the world. Okay. So this story teaches what it teaches us. It teaches us that a guru provide the right direction of life. Right? Sometimes we don't know what we want to do. Who will provide us direction? That's our guru. Okay. So guru provides us the right direction, and the disciples' devotion leads to the greatness. Both is the combined unity of guru and shishya. Okay. Yeah, Yashvi. Any question?
How about our family and parents?
Again, family?
And parents.
Yeah, of course. That's why I told, right? Mother is our first guru. whatever your mother say, if you have devotion about that, you can get that thing also in your life. It will guide you. Correct? The same thing, Swami Vivekananda, where he got guidance. He got guidance from his guru. Correct? So what happened then? Like Vivekananda, so both will work together. First, the guru will give you direction, and Shishya have to show the devotion, right? This both things work together, and then only it will leads to a greatness in Shishya. Okay? Same thing for the parents and child also. Got it? Okay. So this is the unique things about the guru and Shishya. Okay. One story is now we will lead to our fifth story. Okay. So this is also small story, but it will inspire us. Okay. In very ancient time, like it's a many years before, you know, when people like they were devtas and everyone like physical form, they are into the world. So so one of the rishi, one of the sage, his name is Rishi Dadhichi. Okay, what is the name? Dadhichi. It's very unique name. Maybe you can remember not easily, but yeah, if you recite it, maybe you will remember after a few times. Okay, so Rishi Dadichi, he is a great sage. Okay, and he's following his guru's teachings and all the commands what his guru's giving them. Okay, so so on that time, on the Dadichi, Rishi Dadichi's time, what happened? It will happen a battle between gods and demons. Okay, and the god needed some weapon, and with that weapon only they can fight against demons. Okay, so but that weapon should be very unique. So what happened? They went to the Rishi Dadichi. Okay, so they went to the Rishi Dadichi as guru. They don't directly go to Rishi Dadichi. They went to Rishi Dadichi's guru. And then when they went there, they say, we need Rishi Dadichi's bones, the whole body bones to create a powerful weapon. Is it very unique expectation, right? The person, how can they give their bones to others? But this is like it's very this demand is something different. So Rishi Dadichi, what happened? The Rishi Dadichi following his guru's command. He say, okay, if guru say I need to do this. So he just follow his guru's command, and he sacrificed his body to that the god would use his bones to face the demons. Is it very interesting? Yeah, Yashvi?
Bone.
Yeah, he gave bones, whole bones. Like he sacrificed his life. Because without sacrifice his love, how can you give the bone, right? So isn't it very unique? Like if somebody asks your bone, do you think you can give it to them?
No.
It's very impossible to understand. And it's but this the Rishi Dadichis, he have so much devotion about his guru. He said, if my guru said, I will just give it. So what happened? Then he just sacrificed his body, and he used the bone to face the demons. Okay, and this is then the story will continue with other form, but this story teaches us that true devotion and dedication to a guru require us to be willing to go to any length, right? This the Rishi Dadiji went extreme, right? He sacrificed his body. So through these stories, we see how the importance of guru and the devotion towards them can lead to a greatness and success in life, right? So today our whole stories we will dedicate to all the great gurus. Okay, so Guru and Shishya. Guru is great and Shishya is also great. Okay, so if Guru is teaching or giving us the right command, then we learn lots of things. We got wisdom in our life. We got self-realization in our life, right? But if Sishyas sacrifice and follow the Guru's command, then they will lead the most unique life. Okay? So today, the stories. Any question, all any of you?
No.
From this all stories or any story you know about Guru and Sishya, then you can say in 5 minutes. Anybody
Mm.
wants to share something?
No.
Okay, but I know, like all of you know one mantra, right? Guru Brahma one. So, Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Guru Ve.
Namaha.
Everyone, like Yashvi, then Eva, then Nitya and Shivani, we all know this mantra, right? So, due to respect to our gurus, Pandit Sri Ram Sarma Acharya ji and Mata Bhagwati Devi Sharma ji and Shivani is, I think, Shivani's papa is have Guru of Satya Sai. So with all that Guru will remember and let's pray to our Guru. Okay, fold your hand. All of you chant that mantra with me. Okay. Okay. Close your eyes. Remember that Guru is giving us a blessing in the form of knowledge and wisdom, and then all darkness from our mind, our life should be removed. Okay, and Guru gives, and this is the best time that we all get the blessing on this today auspicious day, Guru Purnima. Okay. Okay, so today is the full moon day. At the night, you can check it out, okay, on the sky. You will get the big moon today, yeah? Okay, so when you see big moon, you can do the same mantra that we are doing now. Okay, can you follow that?
Yeah.
Great. Okay, let's do. Guru Brahma Vishnu Guru Reva Maheshwara Guru Sakshat Parabrahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. So today our lesson is completed by 3:50. We still have 10 minutes. Anyone wants to talk anything, then you can talk. I can stop recording, okay?
Okay.